coverage you can count on.
Yeah, storm tracker weather with our meteorologist Brian Ramsey in the house here on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
So the air quality kind of, this morning in Red Bluff it was a little smoky, but that cleared out in the afternoon.
Yeah, so the air quality has improved across our region, and that's good news. It should be staying not too bad over the next few days. And I also have a look at the tropical storm Beta. So I just want to say that there is a new tropical storm sitting in the Gulf of Mexico. A lot of people are going to be worried about this because it's going to be traveling slowly over the next few days. But notice the name, Beta, B. Hurricane season has been going on for months. Why are we in the B? That's because we are now in the Greek alphabet, the second time in history that hurricane season has had to move to a Greek alphabet because all of the names in the English alphabet have been used in the hurricane season this year. It's the second time it's happened in history, and it's also the earliest. The farthest we've ever gotten to the Greek alphabet is 5 names, and we could actually outdo that this year. The last time that happened was in 2005. But as you take a look at the cone, a very wide cone going on here. It's going to head towards the Texas coast, then run up the coast as a cold front begins to push it and make it go farther northeast. It's going to move over 3 to 4 days along the Texas coast, which could cause some flooding issues for many people out there, including a lot of the family that I have out there. I have a live look right now from Quincy. Air quality not looking too bad out there right now. A look at GOES satellite. You can see where the fires have been burning. They are still burning. They're still putting off some smoke and are causing some slight air quality issues for some of you, but overall those north winds aren't too strong, which is good for fire conditions. Right now, everyone's in the 80s in the valley, 70s in the mountain regions. Tonight and tomorrow across the lower Klamath Mountains, overnight lows in the 50s, highs getting into the 80s, maybe 1 or 2 90s, and then mostly 80s for those highs tomorrow. In the Sierra, Cascades, and even a few clouds in that forecast as well. Those winds will remain relatively light. On the ridge, we're going to see highs right around 80 degrees, if not into the mid-80s as you go lower in elevation. Winds will be from the south 5 to 10 miles per hour, and then staying sunny in the Sierra foothills. Air quality will still be a little bit of concern out here in the foothills. As we go to the North Valley, we're going to see highs in the low 90s for tomorrow, but as we go into the Central Valley, only 80s. So farther north, you're going to probably hit a 90, 91, and then as we go farther south, you're probably going to stay in the upper 80s for tomorrow, and then we're going to get even cooler next week. So over the next few days, we're going to have a pretty flat jet stream, which means the weather's going to be basically pretty moderate. Not too much is really going on in the atmosphere. Once we go to Tuesday or Wednesday next week, we're going to get more of a dip in the atmosphere, but it's going to be a weak trough of low pressure. You see the low pressure right there. It's not going to be very strong. It might bring some rain to the Pacific Northwest, but overall for us, all it's going to bring is some cooler weather for next week. So I think that is a welcome sight. Tomorrow's forecast, though, is, again, highs mostly right around the upper 80s to low 90s. And again, it is National Fried Rice Day, so if you like fried rice, there's lots of benefits to eating rice. Go ahead and do it. I'll always love mixing my rice with whatever I'm eating as well. So, if I have some Mexican food or some Chinese food, I'm always mixing it in that food sauce. As for a look at your 7-day forecast in Chico, high of 88 degrees as we go into the forecast for tomorrow, and then 87 for Monday. The first day of fall begins on Tuesday, so fall is here, and those temperatures remain in the mid-80s for pretty much the rest of next week and into next weekend. Could get a little breezy as we head into the following weekend. As for Redding, high of 94 degrees for tomorrow, to 91 on Monday, and then back in the 80s starting for the first day of fall, and we stay in the 80s for the rest of the week in Redding as well.
It's called a zonal flow?
Yeah, it's called zonal flow. Whenever you see a flat jet stream right there, you get the onshore winds from the west to the east, kind of brings up a little delta breeze. But since the jet stream is flat, it's called just basically zonal flow. So the winds are flowing from the west to the east, which means you're not seeing any changes out there. So whatever the weather pattern is, it's going to stick.
Consistent.
And yeah, exactly.
Good. I just learned something. Thank you, Brian, for that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, coming up, we're going to take a unique look at the damage done by the Bear Fire. That's next.